So in this video, we're going to be setting up an Octoprint Polar Cloud enabled printer. This means any printer that any printer that doesn't connect to the cloud natively, meaning you just kind of go in on the touch screen and enter your username or PIN. Maybe an older printer or a printer that doesn't have networking requires to be connected via Octoprint and the Polar Cloud plugin. We're going to be installing the Polar Cloud plugin. We're going to be installing CuraEngine and the CuraEngine Legacy plugin, and we're going to get it all figured out and set up so that you can send STL jobs from the Polar Cloud directly to your Octoprint printer. So you can see I'm in the setup wizard, brand new. I'm going to speed through this. I'm going to update this. So this, I guess I installed 186. We're going to update to 193. Okay, we're back. Proceed here. Yeah, just confirming that works. Okay, let's start with the Polar Cloud. So, sorry, I'll slow down. Let's go to the settings up here, then click Plugin Manager, click Get More, and type Polar. Install this one. That's done. We'll restart. Okay, Polar Cloud is installed. Now the next step is to actually set it up so that I can slice on the Raspberry Pi from, or whatever Octoprint instance you're using. And so what's important here is that you know the exact IP address of your Raspberry Pi. You have a couple options there. On Mac, I use something called LAN scan, which scans for all the devices, and then I find something that looks like either my Wi-Fi dongle or the Raspberry Pi Foundation itself. And then the other option is you can go to your routers page. Your router's IP differs than mine, so I can't tell you exactly what it is. Now, once you have your IP address, which is crucial, let's open up a terminal window. Windows users should use something called PuTTY, free SSH client. Terminal, being built based on Unix or Linux or whatever, has it built in. So I am going to type out SSH pi at my device's IP address. It'll ask me if I want to confirm this. I click yes. Now if you're using a Raspberry Pi, the password is raspberry by default unless you've changed it. So you punch that in and we're connected. So now we need to punch in the what do you want to call it? Sorry, the installation steps for CuraEngine command line. So I find that on the Polar Cloud Academy. If I'm signing into the cloud, I click Help Polar Cloud Academy, and then I'm going to search Octoprint. It's the first option. And then sort through all this stuff. We need to download and compile CuraEngine. So I'm going to put these instructions over to the side, and then I'm just going to copy and paste this over. So first we download it, then we unzip it. Make takes a second. Okay, that's done. Take the next command. May ask for your password again. Yep. And then we're done. So just to clear up space, we'll go back and remove that CuraZip we installed. Now, go back to Octoprint, and we need to install CuraEngine Legacy. CuraEngine's one word. This used to be included on every Pi or Octopi instance, but they stopped including it because they kind of found that nobody was using it. We still use it, and there's nothing wrong with it. But what happens here is the Polar Cloud used to be CuraEngine. and we would send through the parameters in the form of a configuration file and the STL file together, and the Pi would slice it for you. Now we're doing a little bit of conversion because we updated our slicer, but everything still works normally. So let's restart. We'll confirm that the link is good. If you see, go back here. Sorry, confirm a valid path. So I'll copy this to my clipboard, and I'll take this back to Octoprint for when it reconnects. Okay, and after the install, it'll ask me to configure CuraEngine. We don't need a slicing profile. This comes from the cloud. We don't need to import one. The path is valid. That means that CuraEngine was properly installed. I click Finish, and we're done. This keeps reloading. Now, just to confirm while we're waiting, we've installed the Polar Cloud, we've installed CuraEngine, and we've installed CuraEngine Legacy. Those two go together. Now I'll hook it up to the cloud. So back on my cloud instance, click my name, go to Settings, scroll down, and I've got my email and PIN. Now in Octoprint, I go to Plugins, Polar Cloud, Register. This printer is a Cartesian, and it's a rep wrap. It's custom made, so it's not on this popular list. I enter in my username, which in this case is my email, and I enter in my PIN, and I register the printer. That's all you need to do to connect it to the cloud. This is my printer. Now I've connected it before, but if you save the connection settings here, then clicking connect in the cloud will bring it online. Let's confirm that. You might have to save the connection settings and click. Oh, it's connected. Yep. So when we come back to the cloud, you'll see my printer is now ready to print. And I can send a job to it. I'll open up the build plate. I'll load a little test print. Here's my configuration. You won't have as many as I do. You know what? I need to create a new configuration for this printer. So here's how I do that. I start with one of the cloud defaults. You'll probably just see these. I have a lot of other Octoprint. Profiles. But so I take one, and then I copy it, save it to my account, and I'll name this Mini Core XY. And then here's where you enter in your start G code. Okay, so I pasted in my start and end G code from the slicer that I'm comfortable with. Everything here looks fine. I'm going to save this and then click print. And what that does is that'll send this STL to the printer's queue. Now whenever I'm ready, I click start.